We're recording to the Creepsmobile.
Hey YouTube! Today on our what should this segment be called? Creepypasta story time?
My door just moved with nobody touching it. What is this?
Robert.
Oh,
I really think you should do the last one. There was so much interruptions. The phone call, my sister wanted to punch me in the arm.
We'll read it another time because
Creepypasta story time.
Are you gonna read, or am I gonna read?
So today I'll read it.
It's AJ's turn.
And every time I talk, I feel like I'm
I
interrupted.
told you I'm not participating in this with my full confidence.
But you did the last story.
AJ, just listen. AJ, just listen and make comments. That's
What
all
do
I
I
have to
do? What do I do?
Rocket to
insanity.
insanity.
As a matter of fact, Cody, do you want to read?
No. You hear my voice? It's not that clear.
It's pretty clear.
It's not that clear. I don't pronunciate really well at all. Can you tell by the way I don't pronunciate really well?
Well, anyways, today we're tackling probably the most famous creepypasta, aside from Tailstall and Ben Drowned.
And Slenderman
is at all.
Jeff the Killer.
I'm gonna write a creepypasta about AJ.
Something we gotta get in the habit of doing, by the way.
Writing creepypastas?
About
Rating
me?
creepypastas. Rating creepypastas, and as of now, this segment is now called Creepypasta Storytime.
Yay.
So what's the
That's
fun of
what's
doing
awful.
this?
After weeks of unexplained murders... Wait.
You gotta read the excerpt from the newspaper. Ominous unknown killer still at large.
Yep, there we go. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of bed.
Feel like somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy.
Yeah, she watched it for a minute.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, continue reading the story.
There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular
Where's
eyes.
she at?
She's in the kitchen.
They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but he said it in a way that only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head.
Oh, after that, ain't getting no sleep for the rest of your entire life.
Oh, thank goodness I'm not the only Prannies here. Where's
Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family... Oh yeah, by the way, warning guys, this is where it sort of jumps into, I guess, like a flashback third-person perspective.
Ah,
So
I
he tells
guess.
his story now.
I remember when Jeff and his family moved into the neighborhood. He got in one little fight and his mom got scared, so he sent him with his uncle and aunt in Bel Air.
Sounds a lot
Then he
like
came back to kill his mean people.
Oh, by the way, have any of y'all heard the story before?
No.
I've heard of Jeff the Killer because of... Wasn't it... AJ, I need your help on this. Wasn't it, I forget her name.
Leanne? Was it Leanne?
Yes, Leanne. She's the one who told us about that, right?
Yep.
Yes, I remember that day. AJ was scared spitless.
Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods, quote-unquote.
Yes,
Jeff-
those fancy neighborhoods with the running water and the central air conditioning.
Jeff and his brother Lou couldn't complain, though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, these are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard.
You must not click this out. Alright, keep...
Well, said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou."
Yes, babe. Can I watch?
Peter.
They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday.
Wait, is Jeff the murderer?
I'm just checking quick on my email.
Jeff is Jeff the Killer, yes.
Yeah, the killer, yeah. And he's like a kid? In this? Or what?
Yeah, he's a kid in this flashback, yeah.
Okay.
At the start of the story, it was him as a man, but it's flashback now. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family are done packing, Jeff went up to his mom.
Man, Barbara's kids are buttholes. Not inviting the new kid to their birthday party. They deserve to die.
"Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid." "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now, we're going to that party, and that's final."
Who
Jeff started-
objects to going to a party that's free cake and ice cream and cake and candy if there's a piñata involved? And party
Jeff-
favors if they're nice.
You know AJ wouldn't pass up that opportunity.
No, I wouldn't.
Jeff started to talk but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his
Especially when
room.
she says, and that's final at the end of it.
Yep. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. I was about to say plooped. He sat there looking at his ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling.
That's called puberty.
He dismissed it as just some random feeling. He
Oh
heard
my
his
God,
mother.
this is too good.
He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. He was sitting next to the girl he liked.
His
It
mom?
gave him,
Alright.
What
Yeah.
was-
it gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. Okay, you should see a doctor about that.
what kind of feeling?
It's more than a feeling, more than a feeling. Keep reading the story.
As he and Lou finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the heck?
Man, that
Can't hear
guy's
you.
got some Tony Hawk.
There. She wants to show you she's got a blue tongue.
Keep reading.
Oh, and I forget, we should probably plan on leaving the links to the creepypastas in the
Yeah,
description. What do you
that's right.
think?
Yes. Pretend that you guys heard that at the beginning of the video.
What?
The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seems to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans.
Like I said, he is 13. That's puberty. I was right.
Well. It looks like we got some new meat.
I don't know why. It just reminds me.
No.
I know it's not, but it's vacuuming the leaves up in
gonna
the
read?
yard.
Did you hear me, AJ?
Nope. I'm busy looking at Sputter remixes.
There got the ice fishing pole.
Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny, and the other was huge. Well, since you're here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Wow, that's weird.
Those
Complicated.
That'd make some decent cabbage rolls.
Since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves.
That's a cab.
Over there is Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. And he's Troy.
Look at that.
So nice.
They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of
What?
lard.
Oh, okay.
This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now for all the kids in the neighborhood, there's a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when
That's awesome.
when one of his friends pulled a knife on him.
What the heck?
I'd hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this.
What are these 12-year-olds running around with knives and stuff?
And not just that, but their vocabulary seems a little unlike 12-year-olds.
Oh, look at that.
The kid walked up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation.
Ah,
stood
yes, you must be gay.
He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid.
What kind of feeling?
Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh? And what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed to Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Didn't realize this was RE4 with the knife fights.
We're gonna go back to the shark, get more cars.
Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and slowed him down.
Why? Oh.
Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
No! Okay, yeah, I can watch.
As he fell, he puked all over.
Oh,
Lou could do
God.
nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you?
Yeah.
That was all he said. He saw the bus coming. Wait, what?
Okay. So, wait, they're fighting?
Yeah, they're fighting. Like I said, RE4 and its knife fights all over again.
So
Jeff-
they're knife fighting?
Yeah.
Who's got the knives and where are they stabbing each other at?
They're 12 years old.
The 3 12-year-old bullies had knives, and then Jeff took one of them,
What's Jeff doing with the knife?
fighting off the other ones.
Like stabbing them
Yeah.
in lethal areas?
I just said, like, stabbing him in the arm and stuff.
It's not very lethal.
Unless they lose one, of course. It depends where they get hit in the arm at. Okay, continue.
Jeff, how'd you? That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. So they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Lou made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Lou just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff saw it as it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was, the urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away, and stay away for the entire day of school, even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be able to probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore. He felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day."
Savage.
Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look.
There's a boat.
"Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids. That it wasn't regular fighting and that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son!" Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones that pulled the knives on me and Lou." "Son," said one of the cops, "we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, one having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Lou had been attacked, but there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. Shouldn't it be they who attacked first? They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou. I just lost my place. There we go. "Son, call down your brother." Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all the kids. "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both nod. "Well, kid, looks like you're in juvie."
There's no way he's getting your juvie for that. Is way too much.
"Wait," says
Considering
Lou.
he's only 13, like, no.
He can't be tried like an adult, so...
I don't know.
They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them.
Are you kidding me? It's a 12-year-old kid holding a knife, and 2 officers are gonna pull out their guns and point it at him. Real brave, guys. Real brave. I'm reading a story.
"It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it." He lifted his
No,
sleeve.
it's just a joke.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, but it has happened, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you understand why?
Continue with the story.
Yes, you continue with the story.
As if he was in a struggle. "Son, just put the knife down," said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Lou, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. Poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. "Well, take me away." The police led Lou out to the patrol car. "Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. "Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop." Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds. It says speeds. Off with Lou inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it?" Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the news to him as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing out of his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Lou at JDC. No friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff is woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. "Jeff, it's the day," she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room. What's today?" asked Jeff as he stirs awake. "Why, it's Billy's party." Billy. He was now fully awake. Billy Hatcher.
Very funny.
"Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after..." There was a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now, get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself.
His
She
mom
thought-
is awfully cheerful for someone whose kid just got taken away to juvie for an entire year without a trial.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even think about the with trial part till now.
Yeah.
Good point. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. Well, that would explain dressed up, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
He thought, why they would ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party. Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hit it with a smile. You could see that in anime fashion.
She's taking some antidepressants or something. She crazy.
Now, Jeff... Wait, what?
This is a kid. Never mind. Just continue.
Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. Oh, wait, that's the father that said that. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his
You had to drop the
father.
balls for a second to do the voice.
Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs.
What a slob.
You gotta have at least something. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what
You did pick out something. You said it wasn't good enough. What?
Things are very weird in this family.
Yes, it's definitely not normal.
Probably why he's a killer now.
The story doesn't... Well, I'll keep reading. He found a pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts. None of them would go with the dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh no, time to change. Let's just go.
He's 13 years old, for God's sakes. Let him wear what he wants. Let him
think
go
they're
naked.
Yeah, they're rushing his life too much. YOLO.
He doesn't mean
She
that
said-
for serious, guys.
It's Marciano here. I know he's not meaning that.
Can we continue?
I didn't mean in that way, but okay. She said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, were way overdressed.
This is like some Tim Burton movie, something. Like,
Actually,
I'm
you know
just
what?
thinking
That
about
is-
Edward Scissorhands.
I'm thinking of Corpse Bride.
That's what I
Oh,
was-
yeah.
As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns.
Costumes, what?
This is the wackiest day I've ever seen in my life.
Actually, you know what? That actually sounds kind of normal, because sometimes kids do dress up and do stuff like that for parties.
Yeah, I guess. Except not for me. I never did that.
Hey, Mike, can you turn down the volume on the thing? Turn
What
down
time
the
are we
volume
anyways?
on...
Do you have a time frame?
Okay, it's good. Alright, keep playing, reading.
Do you have a time frame on the recording?
It's still recording.
Well, but I'm saying like how far we are in.
I have no idea. Just keep reading till the end. Mike,
They were
you gotta
running
turn
around
down
in
the volume on the
cowboy
game.
costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Okay, so they're just party favors. Yeah, it makes more sense now.
Okay.
Hey, wanna play? He said. No, kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog
Yeah.
face. Oh no, the puppy dog again.
No!
I thought we escaped it.
Do you really think there's any escape from that story?
Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend shoot at the kids. At first, he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Lou. So he played with the kids for a while, until he heard a noise, a weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Really, they're back?
So this kid jumped into some other person's yard?
All three kids, all three bullies.
And the parents don't know about this?
I know, right? They probably like ran away from home or something.
And they just
Wait.
leave the kids.
Wait, how tall is this fence?
I don't know. Must be like 4 feet
Wait,
at most.
how
or
did
These
something.
kids got rockets in their skateboards.
And how do those kids know that they're there? That Jeff is there.
I would have think hoverboards, but they have wheels
They're
on
probably-
them, so.
They're probably spying. Oh, great, Sonic Riders.
Back to the future.
They're probably spying
Like
on it now.
No, not that.
I mean, how do they know they're there? That he's there.
They're probably spying on him for some time or something.
Ah,
Like-
yes.
That's not creepy at all. Alright, continue.
So, peeping Tom.
Hello. Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business.
No,
Jeff
I
saw his-
closed up the story because somebody got online. Okay, keep
Wait, what?
I'm watching this on my 3DS.
Oh. Jeff saw his bruised nose.
LJ's online.
I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Really, these people just couldn't move on past that. Like, why'd they even do it in the first place? This is a full-length story.
JDC without even a trial, just sitting there for a year just because.
I know, right? Dude, this is more like a bullying story versus a creepypasta. What do you think?
I
Yeah.
think it's weird. I just think it's a weird.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a weird story.
That doesn't make
Almost
any
as
sense.
strange as the happy mask salesman.
It doesn't make any sense, this story.
Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. Yeah, 'cause you're a loser. Fat loser.
Randy Newman.
You may have kicked our butts that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him, and none of the other kids are going inside and telling people about it or anything.
What?
It's free entertainment.
Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. How did they get guns?
Yeah.
They're 12!
Hold up. Guns?
They're 12!
Back
How
to
did
you
they
guys.
get guns?
When I'm done eating.
Wait,
Guns?
what?
How did they get guns?
I'll still be recording
I
it.
don't know. Violent, yo.
Are they fake guns or are they real guns?
They're real guns. They're 12 years old and have real guns somehow.
And packing heat.
No one interrupts or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Yeah, fat behind. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me! He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Okay.
What is their problem with this kid?
They just
Are they trying to kill him?
I think so. He said he goes for winning, so, JDC and stuff like that. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff, look at me! Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC. Now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year? You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get back up. Oh, dang, you done made him mad now.
What?
Oh, finally! You stand and fight. Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. That escalated quickly. This escalated quickly.
How does he pile?
I can imagine that in my head, yo. Just sits there, grabs him, he just spins in the air, and then drives him down.
He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. Dang! It's like Falcon Punch.
Oh, Falcon Punch, you lived through that.
As Randy grasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him. Punch after punch, blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Wow.
He is beating the crap out of him.
Go. Well,
so how's about wanting to fight him now? Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith.
Wait, the parents are there?
Yeah, they're still... Dude, they sent him through the door inside to the party, where the party is.
Oh, wait, are the other kids, pointing the guns at the parents or something so they don't... Everybody else, so they don't intervene?
Nobody wants to intervene, because there's guns.
Yeah, the kids have the guns and they're apparently... Is that what they're doing? They're, pointing them at the parents so they don't intervene?
At anyone.
At anyone. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I should say anyone except Jeff, even though they're probably going to shoot Jeff now. I forgot how this creepypasta goes.
Alright.
Although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Plot shielding. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Ooh. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. First of all, how do you even get the towel rack off that easily?
You can get them. Those things are pretty easy to get off.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in time to block a guy's knife is coming right at you immediately.
Don't. Man,
that adrenaline, huh?
The rest of the story doesn't even make sense. This tiny part. They got guns. You're worried about some dude pulling off a towel rack.
He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on a thing of bleach.
A thing of bleach.
A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt, B-U-R-N-T, both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile.
Who?
Keith.
Jeff?
Keith.
Oh, Keith.
A smile?
What's so funny? Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka.
Alright, I'm back. With some about alcohol in the vodka.
Yeah, Jeff's on fire.
Jeff's on fire. He's got bleach and vodka all over him. He just killed the
How
last.
did that even happen?
Because the last of the bullies had a lighter on him.
How did he get vodka and bleach on him?
He got smashed upside the head with the bottle. You know, you were here before you left in that point.
Yeah.
While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him into a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs.
Wait, he's inside the house now?
He's still inside the house.
Is the house on fire?
He was inside
No,
the house
it's not
before.
inside. No, it's on fire.
He was inside the house before, remember? He got knocked into the
The
patio.
last, when you left, was the dude got punched in the heart and he got killed to death.
He got pretty much Falcon
Oh,
punched.
he was outgunned and outnumbered, and he still beat them.
What is with these kids? Do you have
There's-
vodka
oh,
and
that's why.
bleach? And...
No, the party had vodka. They don't have this stuff on them. Keep that in mind. The only thing they had on them was guns.
Why do they have vodka?
I was just about to ask that, because I just thought about that.
Because the adults were inside, and there's no rules inside.
Swansea, dinner parties.
Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, dropped to the ground.
Wait,
nearly
he's a
dead.
man now? What, did he age completely?
Just keep reading the stories. Quit
He's
interrupting. I want this to
13.
end
How
now.
is he a man?
I didn't know bleach and vodka made you age at an exponential rate.
Okay, then let's pour some bleach and vodka and set you on fire, Robert. Let's see if that makes it.
I don't want
That's my experience. That's a great.
No!
That's an idea. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yo, let's read the story and see what Jeff does to the person that did that to him.
Okay, let's stop interrupting.
He already killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, look
That
at that.
was with his dying that was his dying action.
So, you
Light
still
up
want to
the
do
light.
that, AJ?
Yeah, to you.
The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there was some tube in his arm, and when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back
How
in
is
his
he
bed.
still alive? He literally got burned with vodka and bleach. That would literally kill you from the
Dude, he
fumes
was like
itself.
dead on the scene. He was like dead on the scene.
You can still live from that. There are some stories where people have lived from that.
30-degree burns and stuff, though. Anyways, by the way, some of these, like after the punctuation and stuff like that, it's not capitalized.
I know. It's Creepypasta. What are you expecting? Just Charles Dickens?
Just keep reading.
"I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer, though. His face was covered, and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go." This made Jeff almost bolt up.
Still
stopping
no
halfway.
trial.
Yep, they're just like, whatever, get out of here.
What is with this justice system? This town is crazy.
She's happy. Didn't he just
The
kill
kids
three
have
kids?
guns at age 13 and 14. Shut the
Didn't he just kill 3 kids?
This is a town where 13 years old considered to be a man.
Or pouring vodka
Just
and bleach on you and
shoot
catching yourself on fire turns you into a man.
Just killed 3 kids.
Your friend is there.
His mom's happy.
This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again.
And
Jeff's
kill
mother-
everyone else.
Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it. what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats.
I'm
They
on
waited
the
until-
edge of my seat.
I just want you to stop interrupting so I can hear the end of this.
They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. "What? What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. "I'm the Joker now!"
He could be a supervillain or a hero.
Did he really
Does it
say
say-
that?
Because it's basically the same thing that happened to the Joker. It's basically the same thing.
Pretty much.
He got bleached and
He
burned.
even has the smile. "Jeff," said Lou, it's not that bad.
It's not
Not
that
that
bad if
bad.
you put a paper bag over it.
Shut up.
"Not that bad," said Jeff. "It's perfect." His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching.
Man, gotta get off that crack, you know what I mean?
AJ,
Mhm.
left eye and hand were twitching, just like Twitchy from that Pokemon
Oh.
Silver video.
You're talking about here.
Jeff, are you okay? Okay, I've never felt more happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't
Well, isn't
stop
that
laughing.
good? I'm glad he enjoys his new face. I was
Shut
worried
up.
that he wasn't gonna like
I
it.
just want to hear the end of it.
Just read the end of it then.
Then stop interrupting.
He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his hand, or in his mind, his sanity snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. Doctor, said Jeff's mom, is my son alright, in the head? Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers.
I
If
told
his
you, man.
behavior
You gotta get off them drugs.
if his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here, and we'll give him a psychological test. Oh, thank you, doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Jeff looks away from the mirror, his face still formed into a crazy smile. Okay, mommy. His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. This is what we came in, said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see that the black dress, pants, and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and stitched together.
That was random.
Robert, do you think you can finish it?
Yes I can. Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke up to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. I had to reload the page. 3DS is being dumb. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. "Jeff, what are you doing?" asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. "I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever." I like his enthusiasm. I wish more people could be like him. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes, ringed in black. "Jeff, your eyes." His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelids so I could forever see myself. Man, how full of yourself you gotta be so you burn your eyelids so you can always look at yourself. Egotistical. My new face. Jeff's mother. Hey, you might want to talk to the happy mask salesman. He might have a mask for you. Let's see. Jeff's mother slowly started backing away, seeing her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son, she said. You are. Yes, you
One
are.
of those insane prep girls from school, yo.
Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. Ah, yes, we're gonna shoot our son.
Yeah, well, I would have thought I saw that.
Mommy, you lied. That's the last thing they heard here as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. His brother Liu woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu thrashed here and there trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, said Jeff. Just go to sleep. And that's the end of the story.
Well, what did you guys think of it?
That was pretty good. It was weird. Didn't make really much sense, but it was alright.
For a creepypasta, what would you guys rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Wacky cracky Tim Burton creepypasta.
Wacky cracky.
I guess it's
It feels like a story I've heard before.
I give it an 8 because it isn't creepy for the entire story like it should be. It spends a little bit too much time. I mean, I didn't come here to read a novel, you know.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 or 7.
As far as its creepiness, what would you rate the creepiness, AJ?
A 7 wasn't all that good.
I don't think he's there. Now, for being a story, what would you guys rate it?
Oh, well, that was both the creepiness and the story rating is 8.
It's okay, I guess.
7.
For the creepy part of it, I think I'd rate it probably about a 5 or 6.
Ooh, you got lower than I did. Good job, Marciano.
Because, I mean, like, it's more like a bullying story, like I said.
Yeah.
As an actual story, I'd probably rate it an 8.
I guess most of its shock factor doesn't come from the creepiness, but more from the kids who just have, like, these guns, and the fact that they smashed this guy and burned him on fire with vodka and bleach. It's not
Really,
creepy, that's just
The
weird.
creepy thing about this whole thing is just the picture, that's it.
That's not even. It is. I guess it's a little bit creepy. It's weird. It makes me laugh.
Yeah. Kind of like the Joker's son or something.
It makes me laugh more than anything. What is this picture of? Is this real?
Photoshop, definitely.
But they actually made a game about it.
Because
The
he has
first-person
no.
game.
He has no.
What's this game called?
I think it's just called Jeff the Killer, but I heard it was pretty bad.
Not his eyelids. His eyes are gonna dry out. He's not gonna be able to see.
Well, I gotta go.
Alright.
Got into trouble enough times tonight.
Well, I gotta turn off the recording so I can see that message.
Hang on.
Alrighty then.
Until next time, you guys.
Alright, next time.
If you burn out your eyelids, your